So today we are in Munich and interviewing some foreigners about work and life in Germany. Let's go. So, what's your name and where are you from?
I'm Paula, I'm from Chile. I'm currently studying my master's in management and I'm also working part-time in the university as a research in leadership and mental health.
Hi, my name is Asghar. I'm from Iran. I've experienced many jobs here in production. Here, I was working there, and I've changed it several times.
My name is Jace. I'm an HR manager. I'm actually from the Netherlands, but I've been living in Germany now since 2012.
I am Daniel. I am coming from Russia and I am living in Austria. So I'm a student and I'm also an intern at one consulting company.
So, how much can you earn as a junior consultant? Do you know?
Yes, so as a junior consultant, I guess it will be nearly 3,000 euros brutto if you're working full time. So if you work part time, I guess it's nearly 1.2 thousand per month.
I actually wouldn't know because I'm in a global role and it depends on the area you're in. I mean, I work in pharmaceutical, but if you work in a completely different branch, it can differ. If you're in Munich, you earn more than when you would work in eastern part of Germany.
What salary can you get as a working student?
It depends. On average, as a working student, I think many companies will offer you 15 euros an hour, sometimes less. If you already have a previous master's degree or something like this, you could aspire to more. So 18 maybe. But 15, I'd say, would be like the average.
What do you like about your job right now?
Mostly, I think it's the topic I'm working on because I do a bit of research, but we also develop like hands-on tools, for example, for different groups or stakeholders.
So, what do you like most about consulting?
So I do more the data science. So I like working with data because it's a lot of that. And also we are kind of checking if every company have made everything properly.
It's very, very international. Teams from Asia to India, Singapore, the US, Europe, and that's what makes it really nice. I mean, all the cultures, you have to possess some kind of emotional intelligence to deal with all the different cultures, so that makes it really challenging and interesting.
Order is very important. The regulations also supporting you for work. For example, when you have any problem in terms of contract or something like that, here is supporting.
So, how many days vacation do you have?
Vacation, 2 days a week I have vacations. There's 30 days in year I can take a vacation.
Then, how many hours per day do you work?
8 hours I work per day, yeah.
So, can someone work in production only speaking English?
Yeah, in international countries you can work with English.
To study in English is possible. There are many programs that are fully in English and have only electives in German. I would still recommend to learn German because there's so much happening around you and you get so much more opportunities and things to develop if you learn German. But it's absolutely possible to work in English and also to study in English as well.
In my role, as a global business partner, you really need to speak almost native English. And if you have German as well, it helps, of course.
So that's great. So it means that foreigners who wants to come here has opportunities in your area.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not German either, and I don't speak native German. My husband is German, so I have a good command of German, but it's still not perfect. I mean, even I notice that sometimes I'm struggling with the German. So,
what tip would you give for someone who's from another country who wants to work or study in Germany?
Just do it. I mean, you sometimes dream about doing stuff and you want to go there and you plan and always, but only if you start the process you can actually get here. And it's actually very easy, I would say, because everything's listed in all of the websites. There may be a ton of paperwork to do, but everything's like clearly listed, so you just go and check and you're here. It's very welcoming also to foreigners. So it's just take the step and do it.
Then what tip would you give for someone who wants to work in your area? What would be the tip number one that you'd give them?
you have to be a people person. If you can't deal with people, it's not your area, right? I mean, you have to be open for different cultures, different perspectives. You have to be agile. You have to be able to adapt yourself very quickly. Put yourselves in the other person's shoe.
So what tip would you give for someone who's just starting their career and want to go into consulting?
think what you want to do in consulting. Consulting is a big sphere. You can do audit, you can do some programs for or software for different companies, etc. So I guess you just need to be open to learn a lot of new stuff.
Cool. What is the number one skill you need for consulting?
Speaking with the team and understand correctly your tasks.
And what is the biggest culture shock between Germany and your home country?
Good question. Culturally, completely different from my land. Here is more colorful, I think, just for clothes. But culturally, there are many differences between these two.
So, what was your biggest culture shock when coming to Austria?
Good question.
Nothing.
A lot of things, but let me think what can be so different from others.
Yeah.
I guess Austria is not very open for the internationals, and people have to be ready for that. That it's very important to know the culture, also of the city, of the state.
And what do you like most about living in Austria?
Mountains, skiing. I guess that's the main stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, there are a lot of thermas where people can swim and go to saunas, and in this stuff, like Austria is the best.
Why Germany?
I've always been interested in the culture mostly, but also like I don't know, 5 years ago I did kind of a road trip throughout Europe, and I went through Munich and said I want to live there in the future. So I did.
What do you like most about Munich?
I think I like all the green, like all the parks and everything, and it's so close to the Alps as well, so I can go hiking and trekking, so it's very fun.
What was your biggest culture shock when arriving in Germany?
I would say, I mean, since I'm from Latin America, it was always about punctuality and time. But I was already focused on that, so I knew I had to be very punctual to things. But the weirdest cultural shock I've had is that you guys take like all the water sparkling. You always drink sparkling water, and I don't know why.
Yeah, that's true. We do that.
But it's yeah. I didn't expect to have that cultural shock. It's a small one, but still.
It's funny. Yeah, we actually do that. Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
See you soon.
Good luck.